We grow up. Little Black Ant and the Terrible Creature. Slowly, Little Black Ant began to climb over the leaves. But all at once she stopped. Face to face with her was the most terrible creature she had ever seen. "Oh!" she cried, jumping away and hiding under the leaves. "Oh, what a terrible creature!" For a long time, Little Black Ant did not come out. She began to think about this creature, and then she wanted to see it again. She wanted to She wanted to know if the creature was as terrible now as it had been at first. Little Black Ant peeped over the end of the leaves. Yes, the creature was just as terrible as ever. It lay there looking at her with its big eyes that never changed at all. "Do not be afraid," said someone. "It is only a caterpillar. It will not bite you." "Oh, yes, it will," said Little Black Ant. "It is a terrible creature." "No," said that same someone. "I am sure it will not." Little Black Ant looked up and saw a swallowtail butterfly sitting on the leaves over her head. "I am so afraid, Swallowtail," said the Little Black Ant. "It looks like such a terrible creature. And have you seen its eyes? I don't like the way they look at me." The swallowtail butterfly said, "I will tell you a secret. Those are not eyes, and they are not really looking at you at all, Little Black Ant." "Oh, but they are," cried the little ant. "I can see those eyes. They are big round things. And what a terrible head the creature has." "That is not really a head," said the butterfly. Little Black Ant could not believe this. Eyes that were not eyes, and a head that was not a head. What could the butterfly mean? The butterfly knew what the little ant was thinking. The butterfly said, "Those big round eyes are only make-believe eyes. They are not real eyes. And that head is only a make-believe head. The caterpillar makes a kind of false face. It uses the false face to keep its enemies away." The little ant was very surprised. "Do you mean the caterpillar does not always look like that?" asked the little black ant. "No, not always," said the butterfly. "It looks like that only when there are enemies around. This caterpillar can pull its real head back out of the way when it wants to. It can roll up into something that looks like a head. Those round things that look like eyes are really only big round spots." "I never heard of anything so queer," said Little Black Ant. "But it is a good plan. Don't you think it is, Swallowtail?" "Yes," said the butterfly. "It is a good plan. If the caterpillar could not roll up and make a false face, its enemies might eat it. So its false face is a good thing for the caterpillar to have when its enemies are about." "Do all caterpillars have false faces?" asked the little ant. "No," said the butterfly. "There are many kinds of caterpillars, and each one of them has its own way of hiding." "How clever the butterfly must be to know so much," thought Little Black Ant. "How did you learn so many things about caterpillars?" asked Little Black Ant. "Oh, I did not have to learn," said the butterfly. "You see, I was a caterpillar myself once. And at one time I had a false face, too. Swallowtail is so pretty now that it must make her sad to think she was once such an ugly creature, the ant thought. If she looked like this caterpillar, she was a very, very ugly creature. And then all at once, Little Black Ant said, I was ugly too at one time. Were you? Tell me about it, said the butterfly. When I was hatched out of a tiny white egg, the little ant said, I was a very ugly baby. All ants are ugly at first. I was hatched out of a tiny white egg, too, cried the butterfly. The egg was no bigger than a tiny piece of sand. When I came out of it, I was a caterpillar like that one up there. But after some days, I made a cocoon of my own and went to sleep. When I woke up at last, I found that I was a swallowtail butterfly. That is queer, said Little Black Ant. When I was an ugly baby, I made a cocoon about myself, too. Then I went to sleep. But when I woke up, I was an ant, just as you see me now. The two little creatures looked at each other for a minute, each thinking of what the other had said. My, said Little Black Ant. Well, well, said Swallowtail. Then the butterfly opened her pretty wings and flew away. Goodbye, Little Black Ant, said the butterfly as she flew away. You can climb on any of those leaves, for the caterpillar will not see you. Goodbye, Swallowtail, said the little black ant. I am glad that you told me about the caterpillar's false face. I will not be afraid again. Then the little black ant looked at the ugly creature once more. Some day, caterpillar, you will make a cocoon and go to sleep, said the little ant. When you come out of your cocoon, you will be a swallowtail butterfly with beautiful wings. Are you happy? But the caterpillar did not listen to her. It was hungry now, and it slowly rolled out so that its false face was gone, and so were its make-believe eyes. Then it took a bite of big leaves, and it began to chew slowly. Join me next time for more adventures.